Welcome again, everybody. My name is Kamisha. I am located in the Fountain Valley office, if you don't know. Um, and today we're going to talk about broker compliance. We have Celeste Santia, who is also a part of our broker compliance team, who is also here in the Fountain Valley office. Celeste, did you want to say anything before we get started?
Yeah, welcome everyone.
Thank you. So again, my name is Kamisha and that is Celeste. We are your broker compliance team. Today, we're going to be talking about broker compliance. This is the agenda for today. We're going to go over just briefly about the NAR's variable dues policy, broker compliance notices, how you can achieve broker compliance. We're going to go over the certification forms and just a quick little intro on broker associates, and then we'll leave room for questions. Just a little disclaimer, I'm not sure if everyone that is on the webinar is our brokers or office managers. This is kind of geared towards designated brokers, office managers, or office assistants or personal assistants. This is not a webinar that's going to go over anything about the NAR settlement. So I just kind of want to throw that out there just in case that's what you think it's going to be about. And it's not in detail as far as what you need to do as a broker in California. This is specifically basically going over what CAR requires us to do as an association and for you guys to be compliant with CAR as a broker. So what is broker compliance? Sorry. Just like in the way. So the California Association of Realtors hold local realtor associations responsible for ensuring broker compliance with NAR's variable dues formulas, which we'll go over in a little bit. The premise is that every licensee in a firm benefits from the broker's membership in the association, and the broker's dues payments should reflect all licensees in the firm, even those who are not realtors. So the variable dues policy, what is it? So basically the easiest way to explain what the variable dues formula is, I like to say that it's basically a fee that is imposed on brokers. It requires brokers to pay like a penalty fee for each non-realtor licensee who is directly or indirectly associated with the broker. So directly meaning that the agent license is directly under the broker's license, and indirectly mean it's associated with the corporation's license. So it doesn't matter which license they're underneath, the designated broker is still responsible. And this is how they calculate the variable dues formula. So you would have to pay CAR's dues, which is $231, NAR's dues, and then OCAR local dues. These fees are not prorated. They're just standard. And this is for 2024. I'm not sure what it's going to be for 2025 because the dues can go up. Hopefully they don't. But this would be the fee that you would pay for any non-realtor licensee who is associated with your brokerage. And that's not a member of an association within California. Just to keep in mind that choosing to pay a non-member assessment fee does not grant the licensee any realtor benefits, and any payment made towards that assessment fee is not applied to future membership dues. So for example, if you have someone who does not want to join an association and you're choosing to pay that non-member assessment fee, if they decide later on in the year that they want to join as a realtor member, anything that you paid from that non-member assessment fee will not go towards their membership dues when they decide to join. So I do want to make that very clear. So who's responsible for enforcing the non-member assessment fee? Well, it's us, the broker's primary local association. So if you are primary with our association, we are responsible for collecting those dues and sending them off to CAR and NAR. We're also in charge of collecting any signed LIFRO and MLO certification forms that we send out on an annual basis. And I'll go through that in a little bit, in a couple slides, but we are responsible for collecting those and maintaining those. So, yeah. So, how does the association maintain compliance? So, even though I know this subject is a little bit boring, but it is very important for associations in California to really abide by the CAR's rules when it comes to broker compliance. What we have to do as association staff, we have to pull records from CAR's website. We have a separate site. We have to send this list to each broker that we have that it's on that list. We collect and process all of the certifications submitted by the broker. And sometimes we do have to inactivate brokers and offices that do not send in the proper paperwork in a timely manner. And then we have to meet all 3 deadlines that is set forth by CAR. So we have March 31st. We just finished our August 31st deadline, and now we are preparing for our December 1st deadline. And why is that important? It's important because if we don't maintain our compliance score with CAR, associations are held accountable, and we have to basically go before like a judge and jury. And there has been associations that have gone because they didn't meet their compliance deadlines, and we could potentially lose like our chapter and wouldn't be able to essentially have an association anymore. So it's very important for us to stay compliant with CAR. Moving right along into broker compliance notices. So when we send out a notice, we give the first notice 10 days to comply. Over to the right of the screen, maybe the left of your screen, I'm not sure, is an example of what one of the notifications would look like. We're basically going to say you have non-members that are associated with your license, and here is what you need to do. Here are your options. And this is a date we need to hear from you by. Now, the second notice, we give you about 5 days. I personally never want to get to the third notice because at that time it's like, okay, I really, really need your certifications. And then the fourth notice is suspension of your realtor benefits for the entire office. Now, we never want to do that ever, ever, ever. I never want to suspend a broker in their office for not complying. So we like to give more than a 10 days, more than a 5 days. We are constantly trying to reach out to you so we can get the proper documentation so that we don't have to, you know, suspend your office. I can say I've been doing this for 6 years and I've only had to suspend 2 offices. So I try to give as much notice as possible because I just hate shutting people off. So if you get a notice from us, just please respond. Even if it's just like, I need more time, just communicate with us because we are more than willing to extend that grace for you. Okay, so here are 5 ways to achieve broker compliance. So the first option is paying the non-member assessment fee. So you as a designated broker are billed a non-member assessment fee for each individual who is a non-member licensee. So for example, if you get a notification from us and you have 10 agents listed on that notification, and you choose to pay the non-member assessment fee, you're going to have to pay the $663 for each individual. Why some realtors or brokers do that, I'm not really sure. I had a broker who had about 30 or 35 agents underneath her, and she paid the non-member assessment fee for each person. I asked her why, like, what was her purpose of doing that, and I never got an answer, but I am curious to know why a broker would want to pay the non-member assessment fee. Whereas, if I were a broker, I would just ask the realtor to join as a realtor, a non-member, sorry, excuse me. a realtor only member without MLS. Because if you join as a realtor, sometimes the fees are actually less than the actual assessment fee, depending upon what uh, month in the year that you decide to join. So that leads me to the second option, which is joining as a realtor member. They don't have to join our association, but they do have to join an association within California to be compliant. Then you have another option. The third option is become a referral agent. This is one of the most popular choices that brokers choose to do. So you can place your agent as a referral agent. Basically, they're going to be working under you, but they're only referring clients and they are not involved in listing or selling any property, or they're not subscribers in the MLS. Another option would be dropping the agent from your license. So if you're just like, hey, I don't want to, pay the non-member assessment fee, they're not going to join, and I don't feel like, doing the paperwork for the referral agent, then you can drop them. That's easy. And then the last one is if you have mortgage loan originators in your office, they can be excluded. It's another form that you would have to fill out. You just fill it out and send it over to us, and then we'll process it. But they do have to have the MLO license endorsement on the DRE for this to apply to them. Certification forms. All right, so here is what a limited function referral office certification looks like. When we send this, we try to pre-fill it for you guys. And the only thing that you have to do is pretty much review all the listed names and license number. Make sure those are correct. You want to make sure your office name is correct, everything is correct on the form, and then you would just pretty much have to date and sign the form and send it back to us if everything is correct. I do want to stress that you do want to pay attention to the verbiage on this form. We do get some brokers that just sign off on it and send it to us and they never read it. And then something comes up later and, we have to bring our form out and say, hey, but you signed this. So basically what this form is saying is that you certify that all licensees listed on this form is solely engaging in referring clients and customers and are not engaged in listing, selling, leasing, renting, managing, counseling, appraising, or arranging financing of real property, and are not participants or subscribers in any MLS. So that's what you are signing off on as the broker. And CAR will sometimes have agents who are listed as referral agents, and they will later on find them on contracts, listing agents, purchase agreements. And then we, as the association, have to contact you, and then we have to send you a fine. And the fine is pretty much the assessment fee of $663. So be careful with that. Some things I do want to mention about the form is that the form can only be signed by the broker of record for that office. We do not accept office managers. It has to be the broker of record only. So the office name for the brokerage is going to be the main office, and the LIFRO entity, that's a big one, because if you're a new broker and you've never established a referral office with us, you have to choose a name. And the name can be a DBA listed on your broker's license on the DRE, or it can simply just be your first name, last name, comma, broker, or you can put your first name, last name, comma, referral. It's up to you, but you just can't make up some random name that's not listed on the DRE and that does not consist of your first and last name. So I do want to stress that. And then just make sure you send the completed form back to us, and then we'll go ahead and process it and you'll be free of all fines. The same goes for completing the mortgage loan originator certification. Just make sure everything is listed properly. We have the correct license number, because sometimes the license numbers aren't correct and then we have to go searching or email you. So just make sure everything is correct on this form before you send it in. I do also want to mention that if you do receive emails from us ever in the future regarding broker compliance and you have an assistant that you'd like to be added to the notification emails, just let us know and we can add it. That way we can CC your assistant or your office manager, whoever you want to handle this, and we'll be able to do that for you. So brokers operating as broker associates. I'm sure you all know what broker associates are, but if you do not know, here's just a short version. A broker associate is an individual who holds a real estate broker's license, but function as a salesperson under the supervision and responsibility of another broker. So here's just a little quick question. And if you guys are paying attention or still listening to me, hopefully you are. I am going to offer a $25 Amazon gift card for anyone who types in the correct answer um, first. So the question is, who is responsible for the non-members tied to a broker associate when the broker associate is working in the capacity of a salesperson for another responsible broker? So if you know the answer and you can put it in the chat, if you get it correct, I'll go ahead and, okay. Julie put the managing broker, and Julie is correct. So Julie will win our $25 Amazon gift card. We will get that over to you, Julie. Thank you for participating. And Evelyn, thank you as well. Okay. So this is just some miscellaneous information that I like to share with you guys. Some questions we get when we're doing broker compliance and just some information that you should know in general. We do get tons of calls sometimes like, why did I get flagged? Why are you sending this to me? What did I do? You didn't do anything. It's just CAR told us, hey, we pulled these records from the DRE. All these licensees are not, they do not belong to an association within California. Please reach out to the broker. That's basically what it's saying. And then you as a broker have to choose one of those different options to do with that agent or those agents. Another one is, do I have to create a separate entity for the LiftFro office? And LiftFro is basically referral office. So do you have to create a separate entity for that? No, you do not. If you have a DBA listed on the DRE, we can use one of those DBAs. Or like I said before, we can just use your first and last name, comma referral, or comma broker, whichever you prefer. Another thing I want to mention is be proactive. If you have an agent that's joining your brokerage and you know this person wants to be a referral agent or is going to be a referral agent or a mortgage loan originator, just please reach out to us and we will send you the proper documentation. Or you can go on our website under broker compliance and all the information and forms are listed there. You can complete it and then just send it over to us. The email is at the bottom of the form, so just go ahead and send it over to us. Also, if an agent's license become NBA, which is non-broker affiliation, meaning they were dropped or whatever, I know sometimes when agents go to renew their license, sometimes they do not choose a proper, I don't know, box on the DRE. And so their license become non-broker affiliated and they don't know until we reach out to them and say, hey, you're NBA, you need to add your broker. And so just make sure they will automatically become NBA or expire. So then we would have to automatically inactivate them in our system. So just know that. And then also, if you remove a referral agent or a mortgage loan originator from your DRE license, just if you remember, if you could just kindly send us an email to let us know so that we can update our database so that we don't have to send you any more notifications in the future. Let's see. So if you guys do have any questions, that is pretty much it with my slides. The rest is just questions if you do. Let's see, Julie says, does the managing broker or designated realtor have to belong to all three associations, NAR, CAR? And if so, why do we have to belong to all three? So the broker, no, as the broker, you have the option to choose if you want to belong to, well, let me take that back. We have two different two different memberships. So if you're a full board member, realtor member, you automatically belong to CAR, NAR, and local. They have an agreement that requires you to be a part of all three. And if you want more detail on that, I can email you separately. I just don't know all the details about it, but there is documentation on it, and I can send that to you so you can read up on it. But you do have the option to just be a realtor only, or you can be MLS only broker. You don't have to have the full membership when it comes to that. But we do have documentations that I can send to you, so I can get that over to you. Okay, yes, I will get that over to you, Julie. Is there any other questions, or Celeste, did you have anything you want to add? It was a pretty short presentation. It's not long. If you guys do have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We are here Monday through Friday, 8 to
Okay.
further helpful trainings for broker compliance, or what in specific, Julie? With broker compliance, there's all different unique situations that arise. So we get all different types of situations where we have to kind of like sometimes reach out to CAR if we don't know the answer, just managing a brokerage. Yeah, CAR offers those. I can find some information for you on CAR's website, and I could email that to you as well. I know they do offer trainings for managing brokerages. Yeah, CAR is a great resource for anything when you're wanting to learn how to manage your brokerage, anything like that. You can always look at CAR's website. It is a little bit difficult now that they've changed some stuff to find these things, but I will be more than happy to find it for you and email the information to you. And if I don't know, I will find out for you. And you're welcome, Julie. Celeste, did you have anything you'd like to add?
I don't. I believe you went over everything.
Okay, I mean, I hope this kind of like made sense to you guys. If not, like I said, we are here for you guys. If you do receive any notifications from us, we'll be more than happy to do a one-on-one with you if you have additional questions. So yeah, and with that being said, if there are no other questions, I will go ahead and end this Zoom meeting. And you guys will get the slides. We'll send them out tomorrow. You're welcome, Evelyn. Thank you guys for attending.